Hey y'all, Danny from Van Life Northwest coming to you today with this 1996 Toyota Hiace Super Custom van. This is a KZH 106 model, which indicates that it is a full-time four-wheel drivetrain with the 1KZ TE 3.0 turbo diesel engine. It has an automatic transmission, which is a 3-speed with a 4th gear that's an overdrive. And coming around here, you can see some of the things that we've done. Just initial glance, you can see that if you've seen other Hiaces, you can see that this is lifted. This is our lift kit. We sell it on our site. This is a 2-inch lift, which comes with springs and shocks and instructions to accomplish that. When we do any kind of suspension work, and coming over directly from Japan, all of these have to be aligned because coming over, they drive on the left side of the road, so there's a crown compensation in the opposite direction. So almost all of these vans coming over from Japan to the United States to drive on the right-hand side of the road pull to the right. So long story short, there was an alignment done on this as well too. As far as front end work that was done, we turn the rotors. A lot of these come over with pulsating rotors. If there's material left on it, we will turn them. If there isn't, we will replace them. At that point, we had replaced the wheel bearings and the brake pads in the front and rebuilt the front calipers. You can peek in here, see the top of the shock there. And we also put on, I believe, new CV boots. A little difficult to see, but we put on new CV boots on this van as well too. New rear shocks, as mentioned before, that came with the lift. And this van also received a full timing belt and maintenance update. So timing belt on this van isn't particularly difficult to replace, although to do a proper job, you do have to remove the valve cover in order to remove the cam pulley and to replace the cam seal, which is pretty crucial to doing that job properly. As well as the crank seals replaced, and there's a tensioner pulley for that timing belt. Along with the tensioner itself, all that's replaced as well too. Of course, all the belts there that are involved we replace. Thermostat as well, so the thermostat is a maintenance item with the cooling system, something of this age. I mean, this is 25 years old now, so yeah, it likely hadn't been replaced. This van has approximately 100,000 kilometers, which is about 62,000 miles. Thermostat's replaced. We have a fan clutch which we've designed for the Hiace Super Custom. It's modified in order to kick on sooner and harder than the OEM fan clutch would. We find that as an upgrade, also a maintenance item too. We sell those on our site as well too. The tuned fan clutch for the 1KZ. Also, most importantly, out of that whole job, I think, is that all coolant hoses and fuel lines were replaced. Of course, we know the dangers of that leaking fuel lines can lead to, although diesels aren't quite as combustible as a gasoline vehicle would be with a pressurized system, but definitely a good idea. But the coolant hoses, we're talking about 25 to 30-year-old rubber hoses in unknown condition, and as well as the hose clamps in unknown condition as well too. So that is an integral part of taking this van, which is a classic at this point, and making it a reliable road trip vehicle. Here we're way out in the mountains in Washington, southern Washington. After all the work we do to these vans, I have little doubt that this van will take us back, although this journey that I'm taking now, documenting it, photographing it, is also something that I do to test these as well too, to make sure that they're road ready. Here, if we peek in here, we can see the EGT gauge. That's EGT stands for exhaust gas temperature. This monitors the temperature of the exhaust coming out of the engine, which for a turbo diesel, which this is, that is a crucial parameter that should be monitored. Now, it's not something that came stocked with these vans, which may have been for the average user, which I feel like these vans were really designed for families, supposed to be turnkey, everything's comfortable and easy, that this may have been a bridge too far as information to monitor with your engine. But turbo diesel, it is crucial that these numbers are monitored. So this gauge, the probe for it is connected into the engine, because we bypass the EGR system, which on a diesel of this age can be problematic. But anyway, we sell the kit to do all of this on our website as well too. Just to cut in, here's the digital dash. Very cool. It's really, it's difficult to see in this video, but the display is actually, I believe, in the bottom of this cluster, and there's a mirror that reflects it. So it gives it this illusion that is actually further away than it is. And I believe that is to help with keeping your line of focus, depth of focus the same as you look down to your gauges, although I've never really found that to be an issue. It is an interesting feature. We installed here, which is a common option for us, a Sony Apple CarPlay stereo, along with a backup camera. In late '96, I believe August '96, these Hiace Super Customs added not only this airbag and for the driver, but now a front passenger airbag stored here. As we back out, we can see one of the coolest features of these vans, and that is the triple sunroofs. There's one. This one just simply pops up via this lever manually. This larger one here is fully retractable, and actually you could stand up back here with that fully retracted, and in fact we worked in that ability into our camper build called the Space Cabin, which is available on our website. Check out vanlifenorthwest.com/space cabin if you want to see what you can do with this amount of space if you're trying to do a camper van build. Now, we sell those builds, actually we build them in, we don't sell them individually as a kit at the moment. It's a bit too complex to sell that way, but check it out if you're interested. We do offer that as an add-on for our Hiace builds. Anyway, here's the furthest rear sunroof. A little difficult to capture here, but this pops up actually like a spoiler in the back. Now, this van is sold and has been for a little while now. It was reserved about, I would say about 3 months ago by the buyer. She lives in Bend, Oregon, which is not far from here, about 3 hours. This was a custom order. She came to us wanting a vehicle that was going to be her, essentially, all-weather, all-terrain adventure mobile. I believe she's going to build some kind of camper in here herself, which is great. A lot of our customers end up doing that ultimately. But this one is sold, but that said, we do work with these commonly. So if you're looking for one of these vans, something like this, let us know. We do a ton of work. A lot of it I didn't even list, such as, replacing all the oils, all the fluids, all the filters, all the diffs, transfer case, transmission. The transmission ATF is flushed, coolant is flushed. We just go through these things with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that when they leave our shop, that they are 100% dialed in and you will not have a single issue with the van. This is something we've been focusing on for years, these right-handed drive Toyota four-wheel drive vehicles. We've, in the past several years, focused in on the Hiace, and that was because the Hiace, in my opinion, is the best out of all these. Most reliable, great power, parts availability is amazing for these things, and they look great. I can go on, but Also a great size too, not too small. I love the Delica, it's cool, but it's a little small for a camper build. So anyway, Hiace, that's our focus. There are several different versions of the Hiace that we work with, but Super Custom is our main focus. If you're looking for a van like this, reach out and say hi. Find us on Instagram, Van Life Northwest, and vanlifenorthwest.com, which is our website. All right, y'all. Hope you're having a good day. Feel free to reach out, say hi. We'll see you on the road.